me turn this down real quick, because I think this might be kind of loud. Matter of fact, let me turn the AC down. You know, my partners and I, or me and my partners, you know, we often have a conversation. And I'm talking about my jungle brothers, my boys that, you know, I work with in the jungle, and it's very few of them, but, you know, we always have a conversation about black males. Conversation, you know, we have a lot of them, but, you know, we talk about the condition of the young black male in this country. We talk about, you know, black folks in this country in general, but a lot of times we talk about black youth because we deal with a lot of young black males, you know, and some people buy into the narrative that black males in this country are doing horrible and they doing bad and they all out there gang banging and thugging and all this other stuff. But, you know, I come from the perspective that all our black males aren't doing bad. All our black males aren't gang affiliated. We have quite a few, actually the majority of our black males, young black males, that are actually doing very well. We have our colleges that are packed with them. HBCUs are packed with them, and women. But I just want to talk about the young black male right now. But they're packed with them. So, you know, but I know what we see when we turn on the news. The only thing we see is some young black male between the ages of 14, maybe 15, and 25 done murdered somebody, done shot up the block. But, you know, that's the news. That's what the media get paid to do. You know, and it's nothing new that they paint us or a picture of us as savages and brutes or the Sambos. But go look at objectification if you want to know more about that. So all our young black males aren't doing bad. Now we deal with a lot of them that are locked up. You know, some of them have fathers in the home, some of them don't. You know, and that's another narrative that we gotta fix. You know, that we need to address. That, you know, a lot of people figure that just because, you know, these kids get in trouble, that they don't have a father in the home, and that ain't true. You know, it's just a lot of these dudes, they don't listen. You know, when they have people around them or they have fathers that's trying to tell them something, a lot of them don't listen. But I don't really want to get off in all of that. What I want to talk about is, you know, what are we doing? And I've said this in video after video, but, you know, it is my responsibility and others as a black man in America. And I'm not going to use the term African American because I hate that term because I'm an American. You know, yeah, I'm black, but I don't know anything about my roots or whatever that ties back to Africa. So as a black man in America, I have a responsibility to those young men that are coming up behind me. And that is to teach, coach, and mentor them is what my responsibility is. And it's not only mine, but, you know, every other black male out there. We gotta go and we gotta go back and we need to mentor these kids. You know, we gotta plant those seeds. And, you know, we gotta stay in their ear. Now, whether they listen or not, that's one thing. But that's just one of them things that we need to do. I remember I had this cat, you know, they called him Rail. And he was 18 when he first got locked up. And he's like, Hester, man, you know, we ain't had nobody, you know, like you and, you know, your boys come along to talk to us. And I said, yes, you did. I said, you just didn't listen. I said, if you played sports, you had a coach. If you got cousins or uncles, you had somebody out there talking to you. Even if it's your mother or your grandmother, you just chose not to listen. So I didn't let him get off with that. I didn't let him get off with that excuse. But, you know, we got to get out there and we got to talk to him. You know, and I can't understand for the life of me why we have a lot of men that are out there and they don't want anything to do with their kids. I don't understand that. That's one thing that baffles me. It baffles me that I see men on a regular that live in the same city or town as their son or daughter, but we're talking about sons right now, that want absolutely nothing to do with them. That blows my mind. And it's more amazing to me. And I just look at these dudes like You know, I know what I go through, and the distances sometimes I got to travel to get my son. You know, but I should do that because that's my son. So, these dudes, some dudes are in the same city, and they'll see their son in the street and drive right by them as if they don't even exist. And that's a problem. It's a problem to me. And then what happens sometimes is when that boy, that child grows up to be successful, then that father want to come around. Or when another man steps up and fills that role, and now that child is always talking about Mr. So-and-so and so-and-so, then the daddy want to get mad. Nah, player, don't get mad. What you should have did was been there for your son. Because what you're not willing to do, if you're not there for your son or your daughter, somebody will step up and do it. And when they do, don't get mad. Don't give the mama all kinds of problems because you think that she's messing with him. You know, she messing around with him, or she's, you know, that's her boyfriend, friend, or she's married the guy, and you ain't never been there, and you want to get mad. Now, don't give her no problems because you wasn't there, so somebody else stepped up and, you know, filled that role. So, and you know, to the fellas out there that's doing your thing, and you there for your kids, and you doing what you got to do, and sometimes, you know, you bend over backwards, and you have some women say, well, it ain't bending over backwards because you're a child. Well, sometimes you don't know what we got to go through, especially if the mother and the father are not together. Sometimes you don't know what struggle that man has to go through. So yeah, sometimes it is bending over backwards. Sometimes y'all don't know the pressure that it is on a black man in this country, and it's not an excuse. But, you know, again, fellas, those of y'all out there, and you in the life of your son or your daughter, you know, keep doing what you're doing, right? Mothers, if you have a man that is actively engaged or involved in his child's life, or his son, I'm trying to focus on the son right now, actively engaged and involved, don't give that man all kinds of hell. Don't give him all kinds of problems because you feel some type of way, because you and him did not work out. Don't do that, especially when you got so many out there that's not being involved, and you got one that's trying to be involved. And some women, and I'm not bashing women, but some women want to give that man all kinds of hell. Why? You ought to be happy. Some of y'all want to, you know, just because, you know, the man is paying you, you know, he's paying what he's supposed to pay, you know, and it's called child support, not you support. And I understand that kids use up water, they use electricity, and they grow. I got it. But some women, and I'm not bashing women again, but some women, you know, some women always want to give that man a problem when he's doing what he's supposed to do. And sometimes men are doing what they're supposed to do and more, and the woman's still giving him problems. Don't do that. Because, you know, if the man is paying child support and he's on time and he ain't late, it's called child support. It's not you support. It ain't for you to take that money and go get your hair done and your nails done or whatever. It's for you to spend on that child. I get it. If you taking that and you paying your light bill, I get it if you pay, because kids use that. So I'm just saying, man. But we as men, we as black men, we got to step our game up. So, you know, we have to step our game up with these young men out there. You know, with these young boys, we have to, man. So I ain't mean to go in that again. I'm just kind of like experimenting with my with my GoPro, because I'm just trying to see what it's gonna do, man. So I'll holler at y'all.